Hey, Sens fans, welcome to the Senstennial Podcast, a member of the Hockey Podcast Network. In today's video, we're excited to be joined by Ottawa Senators prospect Stephen Halliday. Stephen, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no problem. So, for those of you who may not follow the NHL draft closely or keep track of Ottawa's prospect pool, Stephen was drafted by the Ottawa Senators in the fourth round of the 2022 NHL entry draft. So, we first want to kick things off by asking you how this journey really started for you and what made you gravitate towards picking hockey as your main sport when you were younger.
Yeah, my dad got me into it when I was a kid. He was a big he liked to play when he was a kid. He actually played college tennis and played tennis, but he always had a passion for hockey, so kind of shared that with me, and I'm grateful that he's given me the opportunity to play hockey, and I've kind of just taken with it and run with it. Sorry, so yeah.
Right on, man. That's how good was your dad as a tennis player?
He's pretty good. I think he was in the top like 20 for Ontario, like Canada, or I was Ontario, sorry,
Right
Ontario
on.
at one point, but he wasn't like a pro tennis player or anything, but he definitely was pretty good from what I understand.
That's awesome. And so, with your hockey career so far, sort of seems like you've chosen to play center. And what do you believe are the best elements of your game that make playing that position most suitable to your skill set?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I played wing as a bit as a kid, and I kind of just thought I have a pretty good knack for passing and stuff. So I thought that the center would be a good position to try out. And like I consider myself a playmaking center. Try to be good in both ends of the rink and kind of just go from there. But working on face-offs and always trying to improve that stuff. But I used to play wing, and I kind of just wanted to play center just because I thought it fit kind of my strengths.
Cool. Well, I mean, Ottawa loves their face-off taking centerman, so hopefully down the road that's something that we can have from you on the roster. But I was going to ask, you were born in the GTA area, you grew up playing hockey in the Toronto area. What made you decide to go to the US and play hockey in the USHL instead of playing closer to home in the OHL?
Yeah, no, I grew up in Oakville, Ontario, and then I moved to Maryland for my dad's job. So I kind of like played hockey down here a little bit. So I got to see a little bit of the OHL when I was a kid, obviously, and then I got to see some of the college rinks here, and I ended up going back the last 2 years of like my minor hockey career and played for the Toronto Marlboros. We had a pretty good team, so that was always fun playing some of the OHL rinks again. And I kind of just picked that what route I thought was best for me, and being a bigger guy, I wasn't really developed yet. Longer process for me to hopefully get there. So that's kind of why I chose the NCAA route.
And then, so we know you played for the Dubuque Fighting Saints. You know, you put up 58 goals and 123 assists in 160 games. That's crazy. And then across those 3 seasons with the Fighting Saints, and you're now their all-time leading goal scorer. What what do you think led to your success there?
Yeah, I think that just like putting in the time in the off season, and always trying to get better, whether it's watching video, doing extra reps. I think working on different parts of my game that I think I can improve on is kind of the biggest thing for me. And obviously, like learning how to be a pro, college teaches you a lot about that. And I think that was another big reason I wanted to go to college. Is I think the jump from college to pro is a little bit more similar than OHL to pro. But I think that yeah, definitely doing the extra stuff in the summer and kind of trying to get better in the summer definitely was a big jump for me in those years.
And going from the USHL to the NCAA, have you found that the training is different in the off season? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I personally like how we only play like 40 something games, 30 something games, so you get a lot more time to utilize the weight room in the off season. All the college facilities are world class, so you can't really go wrong there. But I think that playing against older guys, like even I'm still like 20, and there's guys that are older than me that are in the NCAA, which is still like they're harder to play against. You know, they're physical, and I think some of the weekends you go in when the USHL and you come out untouched and you're feeling pretty good on Monday, but then most of the time these weekends, yeah, like you're feeling a little bit like you might need a little treatment or something like that. So I think that just a little bit more physical, definitely a little bit or a lot more intense is the terms of like everyone playing styles. Like for example, like when you go and play like Notre Dame, like you know you're there playing pretty hard nose, like no turnovers. So you kind of have to like play every team like it's almost like game 7 almost.
That's awesome. And so, once you transitioned from the USHL, you committed to Ohio State in the NCAA. And really, what led to that decision playing hockey there?
Yeah, no, I really like the coaches. When I went on my visit, you know, they preached how I can become a better player on and off the ice, and all the stuff they have for me to utilize. I think that, you know, obviously getting a good education is also a reason you want to go to college too. And I like the Big Ten too. The league's like world class. I think most of the teams compete in the tournament every year, and you know, at the end of the day, like everyone wants to win a NCAA championship, and I think that at Ohio State, that gives me a great opportunity to do so. So I think that there's a bunch of different factors that went into it, but I definitely am really happy where I am, and I'm happy for the next season and pretty excited for it too.
And my girlfriend, she said, if you're interviewing a guy from Ohio State, you got to tell him go blue.
Oh, she's a Michigan fan. That's tough.
Yeah, but anyway, so you had a standout freshman season, and usually when anybody is picked in the fourth round or later, you have lesser expectations for them, but you blew it out of the water there. You had 41 points in 40 games. And what do you believe was it that helped you to find so much success in your freshman season there?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of different things that go into it. I did a lot of extra ice sessions with a couple or one of my teammates. Was my line mate Singleton, and we kind of like built a lot of good chemistry on and off the ice. He signed with the Marlies, so that's not good. But he's a me and him. We worked hard off the ice, and we did a little extra stuff. Watch video, and then ultimately like just like stay in the course, keeping it day to day. And I think that also we also had a really good team, which helps too. And I think that a lot of guys moving on to pro for a reason because um, definitely practice is really good and stuff like that. So I think a lot of things went into it, and I'm excited for next year to do it all over again.
And you were talking about intensity and physicality earlier. And do you think that you being a bigger guy at 6'3" helps you playing against, the older and tougher competition?
Yeah, I mean, I think that every game, you go in trying to play your game, not so much as think about the other guys, but definitely think that the league's a little bit older, more structured. I think that plays into development. Like you want to play against the best competition possible, and I think that the intensity and stuff every weekend is crazy, and I'm really excited that I get to do that.
Light the lamp during the hockey playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers can make a $5 bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resorts, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/hockeyterms. And so, you had a killer freshman season. You absolutely lit it up. And I'm sure, you were on top of cloud nine. So what are the expectations both for yourself and the Buckeyes going into next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that to your point of like being on cloud nine, I think that you just kind of it was last season. It's a new season. Doesn't really matter. I think that obviously, like I did well statistically, but at the end of the day, like we came up short for the national championship. We actually lost to the national champions, which and we actually outplayed them for shots and stuff, which sucks. But I think that just kind of resetting and kind of going out there. I know development camp's coming up, so I want to show what I can do there and show management that I've been working on my game and stuff. So I think that just getting back to what made you successful in the first place is definitely what I'm doing this summer, and I'm really excited to take a jump next year and be even better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you don't want to get it caught in your head right away. Like, oh, I had a really good season, and then set the bar uh, even higher for yourself. I think obviously there's ways to improve that don't show on the scoreboard, and yeah, I think that's really important. So, 100% think it's good mentality.
Yeah, and speaking of development camp, so when you were drafted by the Sens, what was the process? Did you speak to any scouts or have any meetings with the team? Did you think you'd get picked by them, or like what did your draft day look like?
Yeah, I mean, I was a double overrater, so I wasn't really thinking about it too much, just because like didn't get picked the last two drafts, so it wasn't
Right.
really like super special or anything. But definitely super excited that all believed in me. 30 teams or so didn't pick me the last couple drafts, and I'm happy they picked me, and they have a great support system and staff that I think that is going to help me be a better player. And all I can do is kind of just try to prove them that they made the right pick, and I'm grateful that they did.
I love that, man. And have you been to the development camp before? I know generally speaking, the NCAA pro like going to camps has been a bit tough in the past, but what's that going to look like?
Yeah, no, I'm going to development camp. I went last year. I'm going this year again. I think it's a really good opportunity to, like learn from all the coaches they bring in. Work on your game, but also like show up and kind of show them where you're at. I think that it gets them excited. I'm excited to show them where I'm at, and that's really what it's all about is putting in the work so that you can show them that you made some strides.
Now, did you have any advice given to you by any of the Sens coaching staff, or any conversations with them or any of the players on the team at all?
Yeah, I think the coaches came to a couple games. Sean Donovan and Jesse Winchester, and their strength coach Jeremy Benoit. He's been really great, like talking me through stuff. Just bouncing ideas off each other. And I think that when Jesse and Sean came to the games, they're kind of just telling me to play my game, like just focus on what you can control and just work on trying to get better every single day, which is a big thing for me. They weren't so hung up on like if you get stats and stuff like that. I think that for me, like I just want to play the best game I can every single night, and I think that stats will take care of itself and stuff like that. And then talking with Jeremy about being a pro, like I said earlier, I think that that's a big part of the NHL. They play 82 games, we play like 30 something. Obviously, like in the Marlies and the AHL, and those guys play a lot of games too. And so I think that just kind of learning to be a pro too is a big thing for me too.
Yeah, and speaking on the whole score sheet situation or whatever, Brady Tkachuk in college, a lot of Sens fans, when he was drafted 4th overall, were like, well, this guy didn't put up a ton of points in the NCAA, and how is he going to translate to the NHL? And I don't think anybody's doubting Brady Tkachuk these days. So, yeah, I think really it's just working on your personal game, right? And making sure that that is going to translate to the NHL.
Yeah, for sure.
So, on a personal note, on the Buckeyes player profile for you, it said that you're an experienced special effects videographer or videographer. Holy jeez! And I was like, "Huh, that's pretty interesting." Like most guys, you don't see something like that. So, could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, no, when I was a kid, like I made like hockey videos or whatever on Instagram. I have a couple of buddies. One of them is actually from Ottawa, so he's actually a good guy, and his name's Nathan. But yeah, just like a hobby I used to do, and so like if I ever needed to do anything like that, I do have a background in that.
Right on.
All right,
It's
well, we'll reach out to you.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And it also says that you've done some charity work for the Humane Society and raised over $1,800 for them, auctioning off some of your Fighting Saints record-breaking stick. So why was it so important to you to donate to the Humane Society, other than the very obvious reasons?
No, yeah, like yeah, no, I'm a big like. Can I turn the camera? Like I have a couple animals. Oh, Mrs. Lucy, me and her are pretty tight. But like I'm a big animal guy, so
Yeah.
I any chance I could help out there, I really thought that you know obviously like I auctioned off the stick and whatnot, but I was really happy that people wanted to contribute to, and I ended up matching. It was like $900, so that's what the total was, the 1,800. But yeah, like I try to volunteer a lot. Like I know Ohio State has us in the community all the time. We had like a dog night this night where y'all could bring your dog to the game, which was cool. Um, but yeah, no, I'm always trying to get involved. I know me and a couple of the guys did just some running around like with some food banks and stuff like that too. So it's always great to give back to the community, and that's something that I'm gonna do wherever my journey takes me.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome, man.
definitely in Ottawa, I know being in touch with the community is something that's really important to us. Although we're a Canadian market, we're one of the smaller Canadian markets. So it's always nice to have players who reach out to the community and do stuff like that. And it goes a long way with fans here. So um, just keep on doing that because I know people really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wicked.
thank you.
Now we have to ask, you grew up in Toronto. So
Yep.
were you a Leafs fan?
My dad is actually a huge Leafs fan. It's funny or not, but I used to cheer against the team that would ever play the Leafs because I would try to like go against them.
That's a good
So
answer.
whatever team played the Leafs, it's actually funny how it works out. But yeah, I remember the day that the Leafs lost like to Boston in the playoffs, and I was like laughing. He was had his head down like for a couple of days.
Dude,
That's
you've
amazing.
you've just won over every single Sens fan that's gonna watch this.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny how it works out like that. But no, yeah, he's a huge Leafs fan, so it's funny to see.
Oh, the heartbreak. So what did he think when you were drafted by Ottawa then?
Oh yeah, he's been my biggest supporter. Him and my mom have been biggest supporters since day one. So they were super happy. Wherever I went, they just kind of want me to like do the best that I can, and kind of do that. So and they've been supporting me through all the different junior wherever I played in junior. Playing in Iowa all the way to Ohio State, and I think that they were happy for me.
Awesome. There's another Sens prospect actually who's set to go to Ohio State next season, Theo Wahlberg. Have you guys talked at all?
Met him at dev camp a little bit. I saw him when he visited Ohio State. Haven't really like talked to him too much, but I think that he's a big puck moving defenseman from what I've heard and seen. So I'm hoping that he can come in and help us next year for sure. And yeah, so that's all. That's kind of what I know about Theo.
And I know with dev camps and like training camps and anything like that, you seemingly like make friends from nothing. Did you like who was your buddy at the last dev camp? Who'd you hang out with the most?
Probably Jorian. He was my roommate, and then
Yeah,
maybe Kyle McDonald.
right on.
Me and Kyle have been buddies since I think he signed with Dallas, so he won't be at this one. But
Yeah.
I thought he was a really good player. I thought he would get a contract for sure, whether it was with Ottawa or someone else. But we've been friends for a while, and I was happy that he was there. And then Jordan, roommate, first time for both of us, and I know that he trains in Ottawa too, so I see him a decent amount too. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he had a hell of a season as well. So, I mean, both of you did, right? So maybe that room that's you guys got to specifically ask for it next season.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
also
for sure. Yeah.
I was also gonna ask you something, but now it's escaping me. Um, damn, I had one right off the top, and then just like that it goes. Matt, did you have anything else you wanted to ask Stephen while we have him?
I mean, I don't know. I like it's obviously really cool that you took the time to connect with us, and being one of the smaller market Canadian teams, and having access to Sens prospects like yourself and stuff. It really seems like the Sens as an organization value that, and like you're clearly doing it. And I mean, scoop of the century, knowing that Stephen Halliday is just the number one Leafs hater. So that's all we needed to know.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Um, yeah. No. That's a good story. But yeah. No. Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. And I don't know if you guys will be at Dev Camp, but if you see me around, don't hesitate to say hi or anything like that.
For sure, man.
Absolutely, man.
Actually, I do remember the question. So
Oh,
I was gonna ask you. Yeah, before you go. So for college, did you have a set goal in mind, and like, just generally like, by year 2 or 3, I kind of want to try be vying for an entry level contract, or you more just kind of like go with the flow, whatever happens, happens?
Yeah. I mean, I think that, like I said before, like kind of just doing it day to day and controlling like what you can do, which is effort basically every single day. Doing the right stuff. I think that it'll all fall into place for me. I think that Ohio State's given me a good opportunity to do so too. And if that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think that all I can do is just put the work boots on, go to work every day, do the best I can do, and stuff, and that stuff will take care of itself. And I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now, and I'm really excited for next year too, just to show everyone that I can do it again. And as far as goals throughout the season, I mean, I think that everyone's goal at the beginning of the year is to win national championship, and if I can help in any way I can, I know that my coaches see me lean on a little bit more of the offensive side of the game. So obviously, like I'm not doing my job if I'm not contributing in different ways. So I think that just kind of, taking it day to day, like I said, and kind of just trying to be the best version of me every single day, whether it's in practice or in games.
Yeah, well, fair enough, man. Keep at it, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to chat with us.
No, yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, best of luck next season, and hopefully in the not so distant future, we'll see you in a Sens uniform.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys. I
All
appreciate it.
right, have a good one.
take it easy, man.
Yeah.